Good morning, CSL. We're so glad you're with us. We're glad you're in the sanctuary with us today, celebrating Mother's Day. We're glad you're online with us, celebrating Mother's Day. We all have that opportunity to feel that mother's presence. We're also very blessed to have Blaze and Kelly with us today. Please give them a big hand.
Grab a gift, tie a little twist, send it off with love in my heart. I did this for you, this for you, when I was feeling blue, hoping we'd get off to a fresh start. Something new that I'm so happy that you gave me your love. I'm so happy that you played me like no one else I know. I'm so happy that you gave to me your heart. You gave to me your heart. Dream a dream, play a little scheme, see where it sets inside your soul. Giving up your control. It's hard to ride without a wheel, but you do it based on the way that you feel. You take the bend, setter of the trends, skip your stones and see where they will land. You got my heart in your hand, and I'm so happy that you gave to me your love. I'm so happy that you played me like no one else I know. I'm so happy that you gave to me your heart. You gave to me your heart. Doesn't matter really where we land, we can have a heart but if our heads are in the sand, well, there'll be nothing new. That's why I'm so happy that you gave to me your love. I'm so happy that you played me like no one else I know. I'm so happy that you gave to me your heart. You gave to me your heart. Grab a gift, tie a little twist, send it off with love in your heart. Do this for you. Grab a gift, tie a little twist, send it off with love that is true. With love that is true.
Can you hear me? Okay, excellent. No? Okay. Phil is pulling triple duty today, so make sure this is on. It's green. Hello. Hello. Song and dance is up here. So you can... Or go check 1 2, check 1 2. Check 1 2. Nope. Nope. There you go. Can you hear me? Sounds like it is, but okay. It's worked before. Things worked in the pre-check, and now they don't work now. Okay, hello everyone. Welcome to Center for Spiritual Living Boise, online and in person. It's so great to see all these people. Welcome. Happy Mother's Day. As you know, things may look a little different. I am not Reverend Jackie, and I am Donna Sheedy, practitioner here at CSL. So I am introducing everyone and also practitioner of the day. So I wanted there I did my introductions and my welcomes. But I also would like to introduce, first of all, everybody that's putting this service together today. First of all, the CSL House Band. We have Lisa Biddick, who is not Rex. So we're going to really mix it up today. And then Phil Bowden is on drums, but he's also being the sound guy. And so you can't see him, but there he is. Phil, wave, everybody. And then we have Blaze and Kelly today. Woo! As our guest musicians.
Sure.
Woohoo! And on camera we have Cheryl Houdon. And yes.
Sure.
And taking our pictures today is Ed Kuklinski. Woohoo! Practitioner of the day is me, Donna Sheedy. I'll be doing the spiritual practices. And our board member of the day and the greeter and making sure we're all in compliance is JJ Bullock. Yay!
Sure.
So as you know, as we continue on through this pandemic world, that the mask mandate has changed a little bit. So I'm pleased to tell you that if you're walking around the service or in the sanctuary, go ahead and leave your mask on. But once you're sitting in your seats, you can go ahead and take them off. Yay! But as you're leaving and, like I said, walking around, you want to leave them on. So let's get us ready for spiritual practices. So I'd like everybody just to kind of sit in your seat and kind of get ready. So let's just check in with our bodies. Let's just figure out, just connect to the divine. And just do a check with how does your body feel? Is there anything that's feeling out of sorts, not feeling correct? Just notice it. Breathe into those lungs. Take a deep, deep breath into your lungs. Breathe in that spirit. Breathe in that life. So it is my honor to introduce Joanne Zimmerman, who will light the world's religion candles from the Christ candle. In religious science, we perform this ceremony to acknowledge that all people and all faiths come from one great universal presence, which we call spirit. In lighting these candles, we honor the one family of humanity, made up of over 4,000 religions and spiritual traditions throughout the world. We light the first candle for Christianity. This faith teaches, honor your mother and your father, that your days may be long in the land which the Lord has given you. We light the second candle for Judaism. In the Jewish Talmud, we read, there are three partners in man, God, Father, and Mother. When a person honors his mother, God says, I regard it as though I had dwelt among them, and they had honored me. We light the third candle for Hinduism. Do not neglect the works due to the gods and the parents. Let your mother be to you unlike a god. We light the fourth candle for the Islamic faith. The Islamic prophet Hadith Bukhara wrote, one companion asked, O apostle of God, who is the person worthiest of my consideration? He replied, your mother. He asked again, and the second to my mother? The prophet said, your mother. The fifth and final candle offers African tradition religions. From a Yoruba nuptial chant in Nigeria, my mother, thank you for making me comfortable. Thank you for robing me with wisdom, which is more important than robing me with cloths. Slaves will minister unto you. Servants will be your helpers. Children, which I bear, will minister unto you. And from the Aiken Prophet in Ghana. If your parents take care of you up to the time you cut your teeth, you take care of them when they lose theirs. So let us quiet our minds and open our hearts to the song being sung by Blaze and Kelly.
I ain't lonely, but I spend a lot of time alone, more than I like to, but I'm okay with staying home. My how the last few months have changed. I'm smiling more despite the pain. I breathe in, I breathe out. Got friends I call who let me talk it out. What ain't working, what's still hurting, all the things I feel like cussing out. Now and then I let it go, I ride the waves I can't control. I'm learning how to build a better boat. I hate waiting, ain't no patience in these hands. I'm not complaining, sometimes it's hard to change a man. I think I'm stronger than I was. I let God do what she does. I breathe in, I breathe out. Got friends I call who let me talk it out. What ain't working, what's still hurting, all the things I feel like cussing out. Now and then I let it go, I ride the waves I can't control. I'm learning how to build a better boat. I breathe in, I breathe out. Got friends I call who let me talk it out. What ain't working, what's still hurting, all the things I feel like cussing out. Now and then I let it go, I ride the waves I can't control. If it's working, I don't know. When I get done, the thing may not float, but I'm learning how to build a better boat. I'm learning how to build a better boat.
Oh, that's okay. I can bend down. So let us pray. Let us just sit in this joyful, sacred space that has been so beautifully created by Blaze and Kelly. This is where we recognize God. God is all there is. It's the beauty, the love, the joy, the happiness, the love, above all love. It's all God. And I know right where I am that this God is. I am a perfect whole manifestation of Spirit right here on this earth. And I know this same divine, beautiful truth for each person within the sound of my voice right now, right here. We are all perfect, whole manifestations of spirit, expressions of spirit, expressing as spirit, whole, perfect, divine. So I bless all of the hands and hearts that have come together to make this service perfect and whole as God expresses through them and their tasks or duties to make this service perfect. And I also say a word for all within the sound of my voice, that your hearts and minds are open to receiving the message being spoken today through Nicole. And I say an extra special blessing for Nicole Blaze as she comes forth with her word. She is open. Her heart and mind are open at the top, allowing Spirit to use her, setting aside her humanness and sharing the divine wisdom that comes through her, through God. So I am grateful for this word. I call this service good, and so very good, and so it is. So together we can say, Om, Namaste, Shante,
Shante,
Ashe,
Ashe,
Aho,
Aho,
Amen,
Amen.
and so it is.
And so it is.
All right, so let's give it up for Blaze and Kelly again.
Blaze and Kelly, everybody. Can you guys hear this? 1, 2, 1, 2.
Yeah.
All right, we got it.
Give it up for Phil right here.
Mr. Bowden. It's amazing.
He does so much, this guy, and he does it with such a sweet smile all the time, that guy.
Oh my gosh.
I tell you. Well, here's a song I wish I wrote, but this is a song by Cheryl Wheeler called Gandhi Buddha. Feel this wind blow, scatters all these leaves like paper rain. See these days roll back into our winter lives again. The tangle at the garden fence is brown and dry. You call me out to point to your November sky. I must have been Gandhi, a Buddha, or someone like that. I must have saved life by the hundreds. Everywhere I went, I must have brought rest to the restless, then the hungry too. Must have done something great to get to have you. And when the cold comes and you are by your fire and fast asleep, I turn the light on, watch the snow outside fall soft and deep. And when the winter morning shines all white and blue, we'll watch the dogs run through the fields like children do. I must have been Gandhi, a Buddha, or someone like that. I must have saved lives by the hundreds. Everywhere I went, I must have brought rest to the restless, then the hungry too. Must have done something great to get to have you. I suppose stranger things have come to pass, many a forest I can't see. I was so down and lost and fading fast. How did you find your way to me? Oh, I must have been Gandhi, Buddha, or someone like that. I must have saved lives by the thunder. Everywhere I went, I must have brought rest to the restless, then the hungry too. Must have done something great to get to have you. I must have done something great.
Let's see if it's just me.
It's
me. It's me. Okay. It must be my spark or something. My husband has that problem. I didn't know I did too. Okay, so as you know, as I said earlier, Reverend Jackie is not here. She is taking a much needed break, much needed vacation, because she literally does everything around here. So she took a break, and I am so honored to introduce Nicole Blaze as our guest speaker today. She is the Blaze in Blaze and Kelly, as you can see. And we didn't have too much time beforehand to get her fun facts or do too much of an introduction, but I can tell you every time I see this beautiful woman, she is always smiling. She is always just has this huge grin on her face, and she is just a beautiful human being inside and out. Nicole is not only just a talented musician and songwriter, but she's also a very insightful and inspirational speaker. So it's my honor and pleasure to introduce Nicole Blaze.
Hey, let's see if it's me. That doesn't sound like it's on, does it? All right. We're going to improvise. This whole thing is improv. 1, 2, check. If it is, it's real low. So we're just going to go like this. How about that? We don't need no thinking wireless. How is everybody today? I'm going to do this because I don't want to be defined to the stand. I don't have Jackie's Madonna thing going on. Jackie, you know, she could do a groove. I am so delighted. You know, whenever I get this text from, I didn't even talk to Reverend Jackie. I get this text. Says, hey, can you do the services? This is Thursday afternoon. I'm like, I text back, really? She said, yes. And then I called her, and she did not pick up. She let me think about it for a while. I know she might be watching this, so I better watch out what I say. And so I thought about it, and I was like, you know, I feel a privilege for having this platform. I know she doesn't share that lightly, and I feel very honored to do it. And of all days, it's Mother's Day. I absolutely adore this day. I've always loved it. And I have a plethora to talk about. And I got to make sure it's not about my mother. It's about all of us and our mothers inside here. So I jotted down a few things I wanted to share with you, and I hope you get something out of it today. Those of you that were disappointed not to see the lovely Reverend Jackie and all of her fire. She makes it look so easy. I'm like, yeah, and Mo gets a little protective of my time. She's like, you're going to be up for all night. We have like 3 shows this weekend. You're going to be up thinking about this. I'm like, you know, my goal is to not stress about, you know, just come up and, do you ever decide to make something easy instead of hard? Have you watched yourself do that ever? I know this is off topic, totally off of my notes right now. But have you ever decided, I'm just not going to stress out? There's plenty of love here, and that humanness that you're talking about, like, put that aside. I thought about that when you said that prayer. So thank you. Yeah, put the humans aside and make something easy. It's a good practice. But let's talk about moms, because it is Mother's Day. And if you had 3 words to describe mom energy, what would they be? Just think that to yourself. 3 words to think about mom energy. Comfort. Safety net. Anybody else? Supportive. What's that? Nurturing. Say that again. Constant. Ooh. Unconditional. Yeah. Yeah. So all these things, it's super important to keep that in mind today. Some of you might find these words easy. Some people might struggle when they think of their mom due to the nature of the relationship. Perhaps. Perhaps not. I believe we choose our family before we even get here, personally. That's my own belief system. I think that before we decide to come down, we kind of get all of our ducks in a row. Who's going to be the villain? Who's going to be the hero? And it sounds very predestined and kind of, but that's just my thinking. It helps me get through those times when somebody's just a jerk. I'm like, oh, okay, I needed to have that brother do that to me, right? Or something, So we're paired up with our heroes and our rivals, so to speak, all for a better learning and understanding, which creates the people we become. My mom, Lois P. Blasey, you know what the P stands for? Patience. All of us kids laughed at that, and we're like, how in the world? I think she was named that so that she remembered to be patient with us. So her name was Lois Patience Blasey. We called her Little Loie. And Little Loie even had this dance. Little Loie, it was called the Loie. Here's the dance. You got to picture this 4'10", she's this big. Her eyeballs are here. Anybody that's 4'10", I know who you are because I look right there. And she just had this way, and she was so cute with it. So let me tell you a little bit about my mama, and then I'll circle back to you and your mama. She was a fierce advocate for us kids. She was a fierce advocate for any underdog. And she was compassionate, intuitive, extremely funny, charismatic, the kind of woman you wanted to hang out with. She was the life of the party. She saw things in people and was unafraid to speak her mind. Unabashedly, she had no hang-ups with she never sugarcoated anything. But she was always somehow lovable the way she did that. I'm like, how do you do that? I've watched her. I mean, mamas are an example for us, and we watch, don't we? Anyway, she saw things in a person and spoke her mind. She was opinionated. She was righteous. She was an organizer, a gatherer of people, an amazing cook, a partier, a drinker, a smoker, a woman with class and style, and who walked boldly in the world and boldly out. And what I mean by boldly out, she had a heart attack at 65 years old, 2002, February 5th. Shocked us all. Surprised us. It shocked us all, but it didn't surprise us. Something was coming down. She, like I said, she lived boldly in her life, and she walked boldly out. So that was something to deal with. And it's hard to believe that it's almost 20 years ago. And I still carry her voice in my mind. And for a lot of you, some of you may know that I lost my father in October as well. So I've been talking to them a lot, praying to them. Even though they're not here in this physicality, they're still here in the heart, right? So I had been a bird out of the nest, so to speak, in the last 6 months without parents. And singing my little songbird songs, right? And for many of you, you will celebrate your mamas today. here in the living. You get to hug them, you get to cherish them for this day, and I know that you may dread them departing. I know that happens. You don't want to even picture the day. So you hang tight to them and you make special memories now. For others in my club whose parents are gone or whose mom's gone, you hopefully allow yourself to remember. Remember who they are and what they gave you. Just because they're not around, we need to hold that. I think it's important, and I don't think we slow down sometimes enough to remember. I think it's painful. Who wants to go back there, right? But there's so much good. There's so much good to go back to. If you find it, if you look for it, if you reach for it. I mean, for example, they gave you life. They gave you life. Our mamas are the reason why we're here. I know Dad had something to do with it, but we're talking about mamas today. Even if you never saw eye to eye with your mom, they gave you life. There's something so special about that person who did that for you. Think about that for a minute. Have you stopped to think about that for a moment? They gave you life and went through some kind of labor, they call it labor, some kind of trauma to physically birth you into the world. Can you imagine? Okay, for those of us who haven't had children, think about that for a second. That's mind-blowing. And for those of you that had children, like, so glad I forgot about that pain to a degree, right? I mean, my God. I mean, it seems like some kind of picture movie out of Aliens. Like, you've got something in you you're carrying around, and your mindfulness is attaching to that little being before it's born. Before it comes out the doorway, there's all this going on. Right? Isn't that amazing? Moms are the doorway, the gateway to life. And there's a lot to that. That's quite a concept. Think about the Creator for a second, how he designed that. What? Right? Wow. I mean, I'm not trying to, you're not going to have a birds and bees talk, but remember when you're a little kid and you kind of put that together and you're like, Mama got pregnant because she ate some peas? How did that go? And even for those folks who are adopted, somebody cared to sacrifice their bodies to bring you here. And like I said about the contract, about coming into this world, you're here. That's all it's about. You're here. A mother takes special place in our beings, in our DNA, in our thought process, in the personalities we become. People have asked if I had kids. This has been my go-to. I say, I have plenty of kids, but none that have come through me. Plenty of children. I've been a teacher for over 10 years in the private sector and in the public sector, and now I'm just a teacher with a guitar around my neck. That's what I look at. You know, the crowd is like a schoolroom. And so I can think of I can name a few kids and even some friends that I can fill in the mom gap. Every now and then you find yourself in that, being the mom, you know. Maybe you do too. Maybe the feminine nurturing you gives someone you love permission to be who they are. I think that was a general role from moms in general, to be, you know, seeing what potential is in that child and letting them be exactly that. Unless there's a lot of strife going on, and that happens as well. But that's what it comes down to, doesn't it? I mean, who's the first person you really want to run to when there's an emergency? It's Mama Bear. And when they're not around, there's a lot of praying going on, at least in my heart and in my mind. And for me, personally, I have to thank my sister, too. She jumps into that role. She's the oldest, I'm the youngest. And, you know, I think it happens in the cards. So you older siblings, you've got a little bit of you're doing the mom thing too, right? And the title of this talk is, There Are Many Ways to Mom. There's many ways to mom. Even if you didn't have children come through you, right? You have a love or nurturing in a certain kinship or friendship, in a doggy dog, you know, a love, and it's an unconditional love. So giving people the permission to be exactly who they are right now. And I have my sister to thank for that, because, you know, these are people of your blood and bones. There's a specialness because they know you. They know who you are from you're a little being, when you came out that door. I'm not a rock star in my family at all. Not at all. I cannot impress. My family is unimpressed. I'm simply Nicole. I could probably win a Grammy and they'd be like, oh, that's Nicole. And there's an awesomeness to that. There's that humility. There's that, they're always going to keep, your family's always going to keep you in check because they know, you know, and sometimes I know they see me as my 10-year-old self, and sometimes we have a good laugh at that, and sometimes I have a good cry, you know. So the things that I found most valuable looking back with my mom, that powerful lady, is that I love this saying, and I'm going to try and figure out how to not swear in it. It's don't stuff 10 pounds of poo into a 5-pound bag. Don't stuff 10 pounds of caca into a 5-pound bag. She always told me that because she must have realized I wanted to do everything, and I want to do it now. And she's like, Nicole, don't stuff 10 pounds in a 5-pound bag. And it was true. There's always something fluffing out. It's like, choose your time, choose your priorities. She was a great teacher of that. She had many different lessons. Do it right the first time. How many moms said that? And what's with folded sheets, man? I still don't have that. Are you kidding? My mother could fold the fitted sheets. Drove me nuts. And she explained it. This kisses this corner, and that kisses that corner. And then you put, and it would like be perfect. I never got that. Never, never, never. This is how it goes. This is how it goes in my household. Roll that sucker up. Call it another day. I'd be there for an hour if I did it like her. She was good at that stuff. She was great at that stuff. I love that my mother was very intuitive and very insightful. She knew what made people tick. She could find the vein of interest with the other person and herself. She found that common ground. And I remember as a youngster, she said, never take away anybody's meaning of importance. Never take away anybody's meaning of purpose. Don't push them out. Always, don't back people into a corner, is where she would come from, with no way out. You don't have to ever understand, but you do have to accept. I remember her saying that to me. I remember her saying, give a dog a bone and they'll take it. And I remember wondering what the heck that meant for a long time. But what's the worst that can happen if you give someone a compliment? If you give them a pat on the back? If you tell them you're proud of them? If you tell them you love them? Give a dog a bone, they'll wag their tail. We're all just like that, aren't we? We don't need to be stingy with our love. We don't need to be stingy and hold back what we see, the beautiful things that we see in people. So, she also said that most people are more concerned with themselves rather than thinking of you. So if you got something that you're all like, something's on my face, my fat's popping out. This is, look at the pox on my arm. Women can go crazy like that. Oh my God. Something in your teeth. Your hair doesn't look right. I could go on, but I'll stop there. Most of the time, people don't even see that. People aren't concerned with all that about you. People are concerned with this. There's a refreshing piece of that. You don't have to worry. My belly is my belly. I'm the only one freaking out about it. You guys aren't. I loved her lesson about familiarity. And it took me a little maturing to get this, to understand this. Familiarity breeds contempt. Oh man, that's brilliant. The more familiar you can get with something, sometimes you can just get needle nitpicky about it, right? So there's a balance, there's a symbiosis, if you will, about how you spend your time. You can overdose on certain friends and drive them nuts or drive yourself nuts. Just the right amount of time. The right amount of introspection, not too much. She was good with that. My question is, who is the mother in you? In you, whether you had kids or not. Even you dads, who's the mother in you? Where is that? Let's see, let me go back to my notes so I don't mess this up. The voice that reminds you of what's best for you. That's what I think a mom's voice does, right? Not the nagging voice, not like, take your vitamin C, make sure you get 8 hours of sleep. Not that voice, right? This like, am I overextending myself? Am I giving out too much? Am I taking too much on? Am I stuffing 10 pounds of crap in a 5-pound bag? Sometimes we think we want to be this limitless individual. We want the limits to come off, but we kill ourselves in the process. We deny ourselves our own putz time, our own peace time, our own time to meet ourselves where we're at. And my mother was aware of that. Who is the mom in you that believes in you, that wants you to succeed? The voice that gives you guts, that gives you confidence. The one who nurtures you and soothes you. That part of yourself. Who is that for you? Do you let yourself be that to you? Do you put your mom's voice on it? I know sometimes I do. I know sometimes I put Mo's voice on it. I'm like, what would Mo say? What would Mo say if I say, okay, I'm going to talk on Sunday? And the darn email gave it away. I wasn't going to say a word. So that part of yourself, are you in touch with the mother in you? Especially you gentlemen. The kindness, the softer side of yourself. To meet yourself where you are. And I really want to underline this for the gentlemen in the house and out there. There's so much pressure to man up all the time. That's got to get old, guys. Right? You get looked at for the answers in a different masculine way. But what about the mom in you that loves you unconditionally? Can you touch base with the unconditional love for yourself? Whew. That's a hard one, isn't it? But it's right there. Can you give yourself a break, meet yourself where you are? Where's that mom in you? So it's just some questions to ponder. Who's the greatest mom of all times? Anyone? That's such an unfair question, I realize that. But I love doing that because I see your wheels turning. Mother Earth, isn't she? Mother Earth. We would not be where we are now, standing on this amazing molten lava that's spinning around in space. Get over that. Isn't it nuts? I mean, if we could really feel the gravity in the pool, we'd be like, wow. Mother Earth. And there's times, think about it. We couldn't be here without Mother Earth, and isn't it the place that we find most grounding? You got to go out and touch nature every now and then. You got to go be in the natural world now and then. And it's like a cleansing, it's a clearing. Why do we call her Mother Earth? There's a caring, there's a nurturing, there's a taking care of. There's a feeding that happens. Mother Earth feeds our souls, just like a mom would. And you know, there's a lot going on in the world right now. We need all the prayer we can get from Mother Earth. We need all the care and all the little things that we can do to help Mother Earth. Through these times, there is a shifting of consciousness about this supply that we have. It is not an infinite supply. It is a limited resources. That's science, folks. That's not just made up, right? A lot of folks know this. And we as a collective whole need to really think about how, as we march forward, we're going to take care of Mother Earth, because we lose Mother Earth, the molten lava will still spin, whether it'll just shake off like fleas on a dog back with us. You think about that, right? So honoring Mother Earth is another way to celebrate Mother's Day. We could not be here without her, and how blessed and beautiful do we find her in different various places. We are so fortunate. So fortunate. The Grand Canyon, Yosemite, Yellowstone National Park, Glacier. Have you sat at the top of a mountain ever? Man, check that out. Anytime you're in a whacked out, funky mood and your little mind is thinking of somebody that cut you off, in a heartbeat you can change that. In a thought you can change that. You know, picture yourself someplace in nature. Picture yourself with someone special like a mom. So let's be mindful on this day for this wonderful planet. We get to move and be in our being and all the things she takes care of. And that went really, really fast. All of my notes are done. And which is wonderful. I'm going to tell you the story about the next song we're going to sing. This is a song called Mama. My mother had a heart attack. It was 11:30. I got the dreaded call on a Tuesday night. I wrote this song. I don't know how. This is Spirit working through me. I don't know how. I don't know who was that with the pen. But I played it on her funeral on Friday. So she died on Tuesday night. And it was an incredible time. And we're going to play it for you. Now, the underlining verse, part of this song, you gave me the courage to say things out loud. If not for my mom, not only would I be up here and saying yes, and I wouldn't be up here saying yes to Jackie's, hey, I want to do the talk tonight. I wouldn't have any guts to be standing in front of you, let alone play this song. So when I did play this song at her funeral, I know my family was like, I don't know how. Well, here's how. She was right there with me. And so for you folks that are in the club missing your mom today, just tap in for a minute. They're right with you. They're right with you. Same with my dad. He's right here. It's just, you don't get a chance to physically hug them. You have conversations with them. You know? And if it's a sad time, let yourself be sad about it. And then move through it. And sure enough, you'll find a smile underneath it all. Because it's nothing but love. It's nothing but love. So, you ready to do the mama song, though? This is for the lowy. And maybe at the end of our time, you all can get up and do the lowy at the last song. So easy, so easy. All right. Yeah, I remember I didn't know how I was going to get through it, but her presence was so strong that day. And honestly, when I do sing this song, I feel her presence, and it just comes on through like a bolt. So here we go. You ready, Mel? I told you that I love you, yes I did. You know you were my hero since I was a little kid. I tried to do things just to make you proud. You gave me the courage to say things out loud. Mama, give me the strength to carry on, to do the things I need to do to be strong. You were such a lively one and loved by us all, a giant ball of energy, and a woman so damn small. I hear the echoes of your laughter in my ears, and all the words of wisdom you gave us throughout the year. You brought people from all across the land to gather for your meals, was so nicely planned. Mama, give us the strength to carry on, to do the things we need to do to be strong. You are such a lively one and loved by us all, a giant ball of energy, a woman so damn small. Mama, give me the strength to carry on, to do the things to do to be strong. You are such a lively one and loved by us all, a giant ball of energy, a woman so damn small, a giant ball of energy, a woman so damn small. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So in that, well, you know, I'm going to try it. Why not? I don't know. I've never prayed up here before, but I'm going to try it. Why not? Let's just shut our eyes for a moment and take a deep breath. Who is the mom in you? Who's the mom that's loving you? Outside, inside, your real mom, Those of you that have moms walking on the planet, you're holding them tight on this day. You're loving them up. You're sharing that appreciation that you have and the lesson they've given you. For those of you that don't have your moms here on this day, you're sending a prayer up to them. You're saying, hello, I love you. Thank you for giving me this life. Thank you for giving me these opportunities. I know you had your faults. You're a human being, but thank you for bringing me into this world. How can I be kind? How can I find the mom in me and nurture and care and give to people? How can I be a friend to myself? How can I love myself unconditionally? And how can I be that example? Take a moment on this day to breathe that in, to breathe the appreciation for Mother Earth in. And know that you're part of all the same stuff that life is made of. We're all connected. We're all part of this whole synchronistic giving and receiving. And we're here right now, awake, alive, conscious, ready to have a wonderful day. And we're taking a moment. We're taking a moment. We're taking the time. And if it hurts, we're going back. And we're crying it out, and then we're moving through. And we find the smiles on our faces. Take a deep breath. Open your eyes. And thank you so much for being such a wonderful audience. Thank you. Amen.
I'm going to invite the lovely Lisa Biddick and
Yes.
Bill Bowden back up. And after...
There's a program that I'm probably like sidestepping. The collection?
do the collection.
Yes. Yeah.
Do the collection. I could not have given a better prayer than she did. So let's give her a hand. Woo! Thank you so much. That was beautiful. She told me beforehand, she goes, I didn't want to put mascara on because I didn't want to cry. She didn't give me that warning. I'm over there like, ooh, ooh. So I don't know what it looks like now, but whatever. So the practitioners, I know Cheryl is getting this ready. The practitioners are ready to offer anyone prayers that are online. Cheryl is posting that. And also, you can also go to the, if you want to send in a prayer, prayers at cslboise.org, or you can call. We have a prayer line, and it's 208-375-0791. And also, for those that are in the sanctuary here, in the pocket behind you in your chair is a blue prayer request. So if you would like to request prayer, practitioners and our prayer team and ministers will pray on this for 30 days. So you can drop that in the lobby in the back, and there's a little brown box. You can throw that in, and we will collect that and pray on that for 30 days. So there's that. And we also want to have our conscious giving time now, and that is where the monies that come in obviously keep the lights on, but it also helps to keep our ministries going, the music ministries, the pet ministries, the outreach ministries, and just all the other fabulous things that we do here at CSL for people and for each other. And we are not this building, but we are the community, and that's what we're supporting. So that is what the conscious giving is for, and there's many ways that you can do that. You can text or e-give, and I know that Cheryl's putting that on the Facebook Live feed as well. So you can text in, you can send in, you can do it online. And then there's that stuff, that green stuff that's still around. It's kind of old-fashioned, but we still take it. It's got some presidents on it. It's cash. We still take some of that. And we also check. You can write a check, and I know that's kind of old-fashioned too, but we still take that. And we also can do a bill pay. I believe these are the bill pay checks that come in. So thank you for all of your giving. So I would like to bless this, and just if we can take a moment and place your hand on your heart and just say, divine love as me blesses and multiplies all that we give, all that we have and give out, and all that we circulate, because that's what it is all about. It is the circulation. Amen. Thank you. Thank you. And, don't want to forget about this. And for those of you that are online, or you could do it on your phones, right after church, will be the Coffee and Conversation, hosted by our practitioners, Dave and Loretta Knowles. And the link is in the e-blast. It's also on our website at cslboise.org. And also, if the weather would actually get a little cooler or a little warmer about 10 o'clock in the morning, we will be hosting meditation out in the garden, except it was 40 degrees this morning, and it was a little cold. So if perhaps next week it gets a little warmer, at 10 o'clock, please join us in the prayer garden, and it's on the west side of the building in the corner, and you'll see the beautiful tree, and we will hold a 15-minute meditation. I'm now done. Back to Blaze and Kelly.
Let's give it up for Donna. Isn't she awesome? She does so much here. All right, so it goes like this. Super easy if you feel like us kids would always tease her, and I'd do my little chicken. Anyway, here we go. You ready? Have you ever lost your way? Have mercy, thinking about yesterday. Well, I was standing in the creek, singing songs that came out of the street. Well, and my heart was free as a breeze. Go where the love is. Go where the love is. Yeah, go where the love is, and you will be lost again. Long before you were broken, long before harsh words were spoken, yeah, there was nothing to rise above. Go where the love is, go where the love is, go where the love is, yeah, go where the love is, and you won't be lost again, won't be lost again.
Go, Lisa.
Have you ever astray, road weary, all out of faith. Well, have you ever lost your way? Go where the love is, go where the love is, go where the love is, yeah, go where the love is, and you won't be lost again, won't be lost again, my friend. Go where the love is, go where the love is, yeah, go where the love is, and you won't be lost again.
All right. One more thing. So as we finish this Donna and Nick show today, or the Nick and Donna show. So stand up and receive your blessing for today. Oh, so on this beautiful Sunday morning, you will be the light, you will see the light, and you will receive the light. And you will be the light to all that you see today and this week. And so it is. Make it a great week. Take it out.